for you to see who I really am. Dark state of mind, because it can eat you up. Me and I are what I do for a living. And how did you meet your husband? Hello my YouTube friends, and welcome back to my channel. It has been 1 year that I haven't done such a video where I answer your questions, where I answer your curiosities. I want to let you into my life a little bit more, and I'm starting to really like doing these kind of videos because this is a way for us to connect even more and for you to see who I really am, not only the fashion and the lifestyle that I show you here, and more about my personality and what I do and everything that there is to know about me, slowly. And you guys seem to have a big interest in this, so I'm here doing another kind of this video. If you want to know more about me, well, grab a cup of coffee, because we are on for a ride. Baby and I are ready to start and tell you all about the questions you asked me. Before we get started and we dive into the questions, I want to discuss a topic that not too many people talk about, and it is so important. It is mental health. Mental health is something that so many of us are struggling with, and we don't share it with the world. We just fake it and we pretend like everything's okay. I know this because I have been in this position as well. I had a period of my life where my mental health was really down. I felt like everything was black, everything was going to end, nothing was good enough. I would wake up, be upset for no reason, depressed, just upset for no reason specifically. I just didn't know what was wrong with me, and I did not know how to heal that. And instead of at the beginning searching for help, I was just closing myself even more. If people were asking me what's going on, how are you feeling, I would just say everything's all right, everything's great, everything's fine, life is beautiful, everything's amazing. But this is not the way to go at all. If you do feel like your mental health is not where it's supposed to be and it's not okay, and I have to tell you that when you hit rock bottom is bad. I mean, the thoughts that you have in your head, they're uncontrollable, and you just don't understand where they're coming from, and it's just a whole mess in your mind. But the good part is that there is help for something like this. So do not think that you're out there alone. If you do struggle, know that there is a way for you to get help. Because I brought up mental health, I am so excited to bring up the sponsor of this video, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible, and this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. I have actually used BetterHelp when I was really like hitting rock bottom and I didn't know who to contact, and I used to live in Romania at that time. It was so hard to find a therapist, and unfortunately people in Romania are not very open towards therapy. So BetterHelp was really a way for me to talk to someone that I had no clue who they were. They were far away on the other side of the world, and I just had them at my fingertips, texting and calling and getting the help that I needed. If you don't know what BetterHelp is, let me take you back and explain to you. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online and it's remote. And by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in super short time, as little as a few days. It is very easy to sign up and get linked to a therapist. I have a code for you guys in my description, which is www.betterhelp.com/Crishya. By clicking that link, you get a 10% off discount on your first month. So this way you can try it out, you can connect with a therapist, see if you like it or not. You might not match from the very beginning with your therapist. This was the case for me. I had to change 2 therapists before I got to one that I really liked. And you can do this at no extra cost. You can do it without anyone asking you why you're doing it. No need to worry about your insurance. You just change your therapist. BetterHelp puts you in contact with a new one, and you can do that as often as you need to until you find your person. And my mental health was really not where it was supposed to be. BetterHelp guided me in the right directions and helped me open my mind and think about things I would have never thought before that, just made me ask myself questions. And by talking to my therapist and having the weekly appointment with him, I realized that all I needed was to just take it all out, have someone to listen to me, no judging, for me to just be able to talk. It was just a free space for me and a space for me to just take it all out. So if you are struggling, I cannot say this enough, please do seek for help. Consider online therapy with BetterHelp and click the link in my description, www.betterhelp.com/Crishya. And I really hope that this will help you as much as it helped me. Just don't stay in that dark state of mind because it can eat you up more than you can imagine. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel. Now going to all of the questions you had for me, grab a cup of coffee, or I'm drinking my matcha tea. I know it doesn't look amazing, but it is good. And let's start answering all of your questions. You had a lot of questions about what I do for a living, how do I maintain this lifestyle? A lot of money related questions, which I don't really see how you can ask someone something like this, but okay, you guys are curious, I get it. I will answer this question, a bit of this question later on in the video. First one, how did you meet your husband? First of all, he's my husband. Recently, we did a civil wedding a month ago exactly. And I don't want to get into details about my relationship in this video. If you guys have curiosities about it, I mean, it's a special story. It's something so unique for me. And all our story is just so beautiful that if you guys are interested, I maybe can convince to bring him on this channel and do a video with him about our story and how we met and all of the relationship questions that you have. Will the baby be a boy or a girl? Well, I will do a gender reveal on this YouTube channel, but I also did reveal the gender on my Instagram. So if you do want to check that out, go ahead. There's questions that are also in Romanian, but I will answer them in English so that everyone understands. And if the person that asked the question in Romanian does not speak English, please let me know and I will answer your question in the comments down below. Dacă ai vrea să locuiești undeva pentru totdeauna, unde ar fi? Which means, if you would have to live somewhere forever, where would that be? That's a very good question because I don't have the answer to that. I have always been going around the world. I lived in Romania, I lived in Monaco, I lived in New York, I lived in Geneva. So I was always on the go, always traveling. My base was always Romania, so my home base was over there. But I couldn't say ideally where I would want to live because on one hand, I loved New York. So I would have said initially okay, New York. But my family is all in Romania, so I could never have a foot in Romania and then a foot in New York and then all the traveling. It's just a little bit too much for me. Then Romania, I love it, it's my country, but I wouldn't see myself living there because just culturally I don't feel very Romanian. Maybe because I always studied in American schools, never studied in Romanian. I've always been surrounded by international people, all my classmates were kids of diplomats or foreigners, expats. So to answer that question, I don't have an answer for now, to be honest. Next question. Îl veți crește pe bebe în Elveția? Are you going to raise your baby in Switzerland? Right now I am in Geneva, but the baby, well, what's funny is that my husband and I, we both love traveling so much and we're both very open-minded people and very easy to adapt to moving to new places. So I cannot say where the baby is gonna be raised either, because at any point my life could change and our life could change and we could just say, okay, we're moving. Oh my God, it's all what do you do for a living? Cum te simți că vei deveni mămică? How do you feel that you're going to become a mother? Well, I already did a video of coming out with my pregnancy where I talked to you about how I'm going to feel. But now that it's so much closer, I'm 39 weeks pregnant, so next week is my due date. God, time flew. I'm excited to meet the baby. I am so excited, but then I also feel a lot of pressure. I mean, we're bringing a human into this world. There's just a lot of responsibility, you know, that I'm ready for. But of course, like, you get a little bit of anxiety, you get a little bit stressed. There's like also the excitement, but I feel happy to be a mother. I feel very, very happy to be a future mom and pass along the baby, like all the values that I have been taught in my family. Because I don't know, I've never been a mom before, so I can't really tell. Going back to baby questions, cum te descurci în această perioadă ținând cont că ești gravidă? How are you handling this period considering that you're pregnant? I have to admit, and I have to tell you that I am grateful from the bottom of my heart. I'm grateful every single day that I had a pregnancy that was not hard. And I hope that the delivery will also be the same. So to answer your question, well, other than the fact that now I feel very heavy, it's very hard for me to breathe, it's hard for me to walk. I gained 21 kilos, so it's a lot. Like physically, I feel fine. Other than the fact that I'm very hot all the time because the weather here in Geneva, it's like 30 degrees Celsius. I'm handling it very well. But I did tell myself from the beginning of the pregnancy, when I got pregnant, I said, I want to always look fashionable, even 9 months pregnant. I want to always feel great. I really just put this in my head and I told myself that I wanted to be this way. I want to feel great. I want to still do things. I want to be active. I want to go out, not clubbing until 5 a.m. obviously, but go to restaurants, go for dinners. I don't want to have to be stuck at home vegetating on the couch. You know, being pregnant doesn't mean you have an issue, unless you actually do have an issue. But otherwise, you know, being pregnant is just, it's so beautiful. You're like growing a human inside of your belly, and well, you just continue and carry on with what it is that you were doing before. Also, I don't feel like you have to become less attractive. Even if you gained like 35 kilos or whatever, you know, it's just the confidence that matters. So it matters that in your head, you feel good. Someone asked me if we can be friends. Of course we can be friends. DM me on Instagram, comment on my YouTube channel. Do you speak, understand French? Oui, je parle français aussi parce que j'ai habité en Suisse. Ça fait longtemps déjà. So all I'm saying is that I do speak French, not properly, but I can handle myself. I cannot really write French, like not correctly at least, because I never did courses on French. So my French just kind of came because I lived in Switzerland and I heard people speaking French, but that's it. Can you explain, we're going to bags now. Okay, can you explain what you were not happy on K28 Noir Epsom? So YouTube channel Dent. Oh, okay. So I own a black Epsom Kelly 28, and it's not that I wasn't happy with it. I absolutely love the bag. But the problem is that my boyfriend put his elbow on my bag throughout the whole dinner, and the leather just bent, which is not something that I expected. I just assume it's him who did it, and I assume it's the elbow that did that. But now my Kelly, instead of being straight, has a little bent like on the outside of the bag. I mean, I'm very happy with it. I wear it all the time. I don't like the Epsom leather so much as I like the Togo leather, because it's very, very stiff. And I like bags that are, you know, more flexible and easier to wear. And the Epsom is just stiff and it stays in its position. And you have to take a little bit more care of it. Like, for example, look, my boyfriend put his elbow on it and it already changed its shape. The Togo leather, well, if you buy a smaller bag in the Togo leather, the probability that it's going to change its shape is a little bit lower. Do you use Cray Special Order Kelly daily? Thoughts on Epsom white bag versus Togo white bag? I definitely do not use my Kelly Special Order daily at all. It's a bag that I use when I go out for a dinner. Depends where I am, depends what I'm wearing. Like if I'm in Monaco, I would wear it every day because it just works with the the place, it works with, you know, the whole vibe. But in Geneva, definitely not. I do take care of it. And I do not own any light color Togo leather bags, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what's the difference. Review of bags. Well, I'll do that in a separate video. Can you tell us more about your professional background? I did another Q&A video 1 year ago where I talked a lot about my professional background, so you should go back to that video. I'll put the link over here. Where are you from? I honestly thought that I kind of made it clear, but okay. So I'm from Bucharest, from Romania, and I was born there and I lived there until I was 18 years old. Both my parents are Romanian. I was born in Bucharest. Related to the country, where do you live? So I live currently between Geneva and Bucharest. I'm not fully based in Geneva because I just cannot give up on my city for now. More in Bucharest usually, but now because of the baby, I've been in Geneva. Oh, I like this one. How do you deal with haters and negativity? Well, in the beginning, when I started posting and talking a lot on Instagram and sharing a lot about my life, and I had so many hate comments and so many hate messages. To be honest, it did affect me. It affected me because I wasn't where I am today in my mental health, as I was talking to you at the beginning of this video. So I wasn't as confident, I wasn't feeling so great about myself, so it did affect me. But then when I worked a lot with myself and I got to the point where I feel very happy with who I am, with what I'm doing, with myself as a person, nothing that anyone can tell me as a hate message could affect me. I mean, I had people telling me to go and commit suicide because I'm absolutely useless. Like, how do I deal with it? I laugh. I laugh because, you know, hate messages and all this negativity, at the end of the day, has nothing to do with you. Nothing. It has to do with the person that's sending this message. I mean, I want to believe that I'm a good person and I just think about them. So I think, this poor person, you know, they send me this message. They must be miserable in their life. Miserable. To be able to take your time to send a hate message to someone, you must have nothing better to do with your life. I am very happy to receive comments and critiques that can help me grow. I love to get a good feedback, negative or positive, doesn't matter, but direct on hate messages, these ones I just like, I laugh, you know. They do nothing to me, absolutely nothing. You can tell me whatever you want. I don't care, to be honest, and you should do the same. Do not care what these random people that you don't even know are telling you, because these messages don't define who you are at all. Oh, number one wish list item. I know exactly what it is, and it's so hard for me to get it, and I don't understand why. It is a mini Kelly from Hermes. I have been wanting a mini Kelly for like maybe 1.5 years now, or 2 years even. It's not happening. I don't know why. What plastic surgery have you had done? That's a new one. I haven't had any plastic surgery done to my face, to my body, nothing. No fillers, no Botox, no nothing. Honestly, if I would feel the need to do it, I would do it. Many people think that I got a nose job because when I was very skinny and very young, just put a photo in here so you can see. My nose was different, but how could I have a nose job? My nose is not good at all. Like, you can clearly see that I don't have a nose job. I would maybe consider getting a nose job. Maybe. Why not? Because apparently the more you age, the more your nose grows as well. I don't want it to be bigger, so maybe in the future I will get a nose job, but I will let you know. I mean, I'm very open about anything that I have done. If I would do anything, I would tell you guys. So, no plastic surgery. I had to change location because I had no more battery, so I'm charging my camera. What do I do for a living? The question that is making absolutely everyone so curious. And what do I do for a living in your mind could mean, I guess, what is my job, or what exactly does it mean? Because when you ask me like, what do you do for a living, it kind of makes me think about, okay, like what's your job? What do you do to sustain yourself financially, right? And I have to tell you that at the moment, I'm not currently hired in any company. I was working for a company in New York, and then I went back to Romania and I was working with my father. But when I decided to take the path of love instead of the path of my career first, I'm a very dedicated and passionate person. So when I was in New York and I had my job, I thought, okay, so I have an option of staying in New York and focusing on my career 100%. I knew that in New York I wasn't gonna really find the love of my life and create the love story that I wanted, because New York for me is just not the place where you would find this person. But I could have stayed there and focused a lot on my career, but I didn't. I decided to come back to Europe and focus a bit more on my personal life and focus on myself. So currently, what I do for a living, I have my YouTube channel, which you all know. I have my Instagram account. I have collaborations from brands. I could say work-wise, this is what I do for a living. I have my YouTube channel where I edit everything on my own, I film everything on my own, I do absolutely everything on my own. I have my Instagram accounts where I do everything on my own. Right now, because I'm pregnant, I couldn't really focus on doing it as much as I used to do it before. For now, this is that. And otherwise, I travel so much that having a job in a company would be impossible at the moment. And right now I want to focus on my baby, I want to focus on my family, on you guys, on my YouTube channel. Clearly, you know, I'm working things out. But for now, this is what it is. The last question, are you happy? Well, this ties to what I was saying before about my career and my job. I'm happy personally. I'm very happy. I'm having a baby. I am with really the love of my life, my soulmate, the person that I couldn't have imagined being with someone else. I have my family that loves me, that I love, that I'm so close to. My health is well. I'm good. So I'm happy from this point of view. But then when it comes to my career, I'm not happy and I'm not fulfilled. So this is a part of my life where I'm gonna have to work on. But you know, I used to stress so much before that everything is not coming now. And right now I'm just taking it as it is, embracing what the universe has brought to me right now, and I will have the career that I desire as well. One day it will happen for sure, because I'm not the kind of person that can just sit at home. I don't know if being a mom full-time would fulfill me and make me very, very happy, but we'll see about that. Things can change. Anyway, this was it for this video today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram. If you have any other questions, if you want to know anything else about me, if you have any other curiosities, anything, whatever it is, please, please, please let me know. DM me on Instagram or comment down below. I'm very happy to answer. Next time I'll be here doing a Q&A, well, without a baby in my bump. Thank you guys. Have a good day and an amazing, amazing, amazing rest of your week. Next week I'm giving birth. It's happening so soon. Time flew. Absolutely flew. That's it. Goodbye, guys.